We're going to hear from Tony Ridley. Come on, Tony. Tony, the president of the Renaissance Neighborhood Association, where you are right now.
Take a deep breath first. First of all, while we're recognizing everybody, I want to let you know that all I did was take over the job that Bertha Roberts has been doing for a long time, and she's been a great mentor, told me what to do and how to do and stuff like that. So I just appreciate her and Mary because they help me all the time. With that said, during the Renaissance Point thing, the three things that we're trying to find out about our community and what we're trying to get done are, which was mentioned this afternoon, was the kind of development that we have going over here. It seems like it always gets stifled when it comes to this area. We're trying to get over that hurdle, basically get everybody involved, city, contractors, neighborhoods, everybody else on the same page. We have people that are ready to invest over here in this side of town, but it seems like they always are facing hurdles. We need to get these people together, hash out what we need to do, and get the problem solved and get on with the line of business that we need to do. The other thing is we have to get our neighborhood, because we always try to change responsibility. Well, we don't have this, we don't have that. When the neighborhood has, we take a little responsibility for that too. What I mean is engaging in projects like May 16th is Great American Cleanup. This is an opportunity for the neighborhood to show, hey, we care, we're going to get out, we're going to clean up our home blocks. By the way, the meeting places by Foundations was the barbershop on Pontiac Street, 7 o'clock on May 16th. Volunteers are needed. We have all the equipment there for you. And the last thing, to make this short, I just want, even though I'm new to this game and stuff like that, I live in the area, I'm invested in the area, I just want the opportunities and the development and the bickering to stop. We don't need all that. Councilman Hines has been bringing us together, he's been showing me the ropes, and anytime that I call him, he contacts me. Sharice, I mean, I can name everybody out here. The thing about it is, we have to get on the same page. We got to help the kids in our neighborhood, you know, because a lot of them don't know any better. You know, if the lot next to you has trash on it, pick it up. Takes 10 minutes. Heather's listening to us. She's trying to get our input and see what we need. You know, we don't need 3 more mini marts, gas stations, and stuff like that. We need solid retail and opportunities for new businesses to open up over here. And I think now that everybody's finally thinking the same way and they're having their little micro, I call them micro meetings. Well, so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that, so we don't need that anymore. We need to all get on the same page. Councilman Hines, thank you for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Tony. And Heather wants to explain a new dynamic program that's going to come along. We got about 30 minutes. And then we're going to have Julie Sanchez, and we'll open it. But before we move on, I want to encourage you that if you don't stay here and have lunch, that you go out to the new Southtown McDonald's. We have the owner, Ted Williams, with us. Ted, please stand. We got Ted from South End invested $1.3 million in that old, used to be Hardee's, and now we have a spanking brand new McDonald's. I was in the other day, he says, Glenn, what are you going to eat 2 sandwiches? You only eat 1. So he's also concerned about my health.
Just briefly taking from Tony's leadership here and getting the community back together, the city is actually wanting to engage the community, and today I'm happy to have that this map is actually to share the area on the floor, is bounded by the railroad tracks on the north and the Pontiac Street on the south. The whole Renaissance Point Neighborhood Association this time going across Pontiac Street and then to Hannah Street. We will be engaging in a new program, a new planning update. It's been about 5 years since we last wrote our implementation strategy. There's a new economy that we're looking at. We've got new housing options and new economic development opportunities. And so it'll be the city's redevelopment and planning department and housing and neighborhood services engaging with the community leaders such as Greater Progressive Baptist Church, St. Pete's Catholic, Zion Lutheran, Union Baptist, Mr. Lewis King from Pontiac Street and others. That's the next step there. But a lot of people don't know that I do housing all over the city, and we are actually bringing in, have been awarded $7 million under a completely separate program, not just Renaissance Point, but this whole area here of the city. And as you see on this map, this is Crown Colony down here. This takes most of southeast Fort Wayne that qualifies for this program. And what it is it's called the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. 75% of the funds will be used to help buyers buy homes and rehab them and live in them. Maybe to move back to a neighborhood where they used to live, but the house is so run down and the bank won't loan enough in order to support what it takes to make it livable again. This program is designed to pay for that. And so what we'll be looking forward to is on April 8th, we will have our launch down at the Public Safety Training Academy. We will be working with the development teams, which are your builders, contractors in the community, as well as realtors, buyers, home buyer educators, to really talk about what this program is going to be all about. It will start at 8:30 down at the Public Safety Training Academy. The other 25% of the funds are used for the nonprofits in the community primarily to help them to buy and rehab houses for rent for transitional housing populations. You've heard a lot about the homeless populations in Fort Wayne. These dollars will be set aside for $1.77 million to actually use those dollars to put housing stock back in order so that our most needy populations also have housing. Vincent Village, yes. Ann Helmke, our neighbor here to the south of Pontiac Street, actually has Vincent Village, an excellent neighbor to Renaissance Point, who's developed a whole community of transitional housing. And what you see on the street is really nice units. Great families living there, highly supported. And so that's what we want to do, is to continue to support those types of programs by providing housing. Yes, the meeting will actually be on April 8th. For the planning. We will, in the next couple of weeks, be pulling together.
Say it louder.
We will, in the next couple of weeks, be pulling together our community leadership. We're looking at, like I say, the local churches, Mr. King, Ebony Young for the new YMCA, but the idea is to get everyone together and let's take a fresh look at Renaissance Point. Let's look at who wants to live there, who wants to invest there, and figure out ways that, as Tony said, we remove the barriers and start making it happen.
We got good news, we got to tell it. And one of the things that we have learned, particularly the city administration has learned, is that we've got to engage the community when we make these decisions. We can't run it up the flagpole and say it is because 3 or 4 people in a room think it is. We need the entire community stakeholders to be in the room. So we're going to step back, re-look at the process that we use. We had the charrette here before. I probably would want to hold it here again in order to, number one, support the local business that's been here since 1976. And more importantly, it's convenient for us. Rather than going to the downtown library, on a Tuesday night, why don't we come here on a Saturday morning and have it, convenient for us. All right. Our last official presenter today is Miss Julie Sanchez. But before Julie can look, can I get Maynard Scales to come real quick?